It's called Ninja Transfers. And today we're going to be putting the...
Hello again. Well, Mr. Terry has blessed me with some more beans. So I'm going to be shelling beans again tonight. Anybody wants to chat while I work here, come on up. I've pinned the link. And I'm going to work on these. Who do we have in here? Hello again, Sherry. Hello, Ashley. Hey, Randy. Randy Smith's at the Arkansas-Oklahoma line. He's going to be waving as he goes by in the morning. Hey, Joanna. You know, these things are even more dry than what they was earlier today. This second bucket, I think that sun's just cooking them good. Hello again, Mary Webb. I've got work to do, so I'm just going to sit here and let you guys come up on the panel and chat while I work. Hello again, Donna Armstrong. It's hot down here today, Denise. It's really hot. Been just terrible hot, and it's going to be for probably the rest of the summer. Hello, Cheryl. Hello, Linda. Hello, Charlotte. Hello again from Blackfoot, Idaho. And how's the weather in Idaho? Probably a whole lot cooler than what it is down here. And I was watching some videos today. There was tornado warnings up in, what was it, New Hampshire and Connecticut, wasn't it? That there was a tornado warnings. I never did see if it did any damage or not, but I thought that was kind of odd myself. I didn't know y'all had tornadoes up in the New England states. Hello, Doggle Ben. Hello again. Hello, Carol Seymour. Yeah, Randy's reminding you guys to hit the like button. Hit the thumbs up. All right, I'm waiting for my sidekicks to get up here. Don't know who it's going to be. Francis had made a comment that John was in a different hospital tonight, and I think they were putting the feeding tube. I don't know if she'll be by to give y'all an update or not. Hello, Marla Hannah. Hello again. I think I have almost sat here on this stool big part of the afternoon anyway. I did make supper. My husband's had his supper. I'd put a roast beef in the crock pot. So he had roast beef with vegetables and then a cucumber and tomato from the garden and fried squash. So that's what he had for supper. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cook him some of them beans tomorrow. He can have some of these. Yeah, he has been through a lot, Doggle Ben. So, like I said, I'm not sure if she'll see us on and come back and fill y'all in or not. Do I feel? You know what? And it was all homegrown. The beef was from the farm, and I didn't have a lot of vegetables in that roast, but I did have potatoes from the garden, and the squash was from the garden, and the tomatoes and cucumber was from the garden. So it was all fresh, homegrown vegetables, and the meat from here. Probably. Charla says it's hot here, but probably not as hot as there. It's 87 with 22% humidity. I don't know what our humidity is, but we call it air you can wear. The quilting compound. I've got garden green beans cooking on the stove right now. what do I do with all those beans? I'm going to can part of them, Sherry. And a lot of them I'm going to put in the freezer. Joanna's coming up. There she is.
Evening, y'all.
Hi.
I didn't want Miss Rita to feel abandoned here by herself.
Oh, yeah, there's enough over in chat. I wouldn't have felt too much abandoned. There's May. Maybe your humidity's 99%. But y'all had rain up there in the New England states, so maybe that's why it's so high, though. Cheryl, your gardening brings back many memories. I'm in a different stage of life now, 67 and living alone. My time is spent quilting, knitting, crocheting, and loving the grandbabies. I know we grow too much. I know we do.
Our humidity right now is 92%. It feels like 86. Supposed to be 75 is the low. But then tomorrow's supposed to be 94 with a 42% of rain.
Yeah.
So it's supposed to rain. There's a percentage of rain.
Hey, Mimi, why don't you come up and tell them about your channel? You want to do that? You need to come up here and talk to them a little bit.
Hello,
There's Gladys again. Hey, Gladys. I've got just as big a pile of beans as I had earlier today. Oh, you're in bed? All right. Well, Mimi's in bed. She can't come up on the panel.
Hi, Dogglebin. How are you tonight? You and your cantaloupe.
I love cantaloupe. I'd like to have a good cantaloupe. Mimi's lost power.
He said he had enough to feed a children's home. Cantaloupe. Yeah, I like cantaloupe.
Uh-huh. I do too.
A little bit of salt. Just a tiny bit. Just like watermelon.
What else are you growing, Doggleband? Do you have other stuff growing in your garden? And Mimi grows a garden. She's got some stuff.
Can you dehydrate it or make fruit leather? Because I know I made fruit leather out of a lot of fruits like that. You know, just cook it down with a little bit of sugar and then put it in the blender and pour it out thin and dehydrate it. You can either do it in the oven or a dehydrator, and it preserves it and makes a really, really nice fruit leather, which keeps for a good while. Put a little lemon in it so it don't turn color.
Doggleband's got tomatoes and trying to get the squash to grow.
I've heard of pickled watermelon, Denise, but not pickled cantaloupe. It takes longer in the oven because you have to turn it down to like 200 and crack the door a little bit and put it on a sheet pan thin and just do it till it's dry. In my dehydrator, I can do it in, I don't know, six hours or so because it has a lot more water in it. But I've done it both ways and it's good. I've done mango and watermelon and strawberry, blackberry, blueberry. I've tried a little bit of everything for fruit leather. That's smart, Dogglebin.
Yeah, she lives by herself, so she don't have to grow too much. Charlotte says humidity here is like opening your oven door before putting in the item in your cooking. Yeah, have y'all been seeing those memes on Facebook about the cornbread's done. Opening it, the oven, open the doors like opening the oven. The cornbread's done, so you can turn off the oven. Hello, Kathy's Quilts and Crafts.
Evening, Kathy.
Kathy Waits will be up in a few minutes when Larry finishes watching this show. Larry's been watching TV or something all afternoon, Kathy. And hello, sup peeps. Hello, everyone. Happy the storms here are finally over. Are you up in those New England states where the storms was? You might have told us the other night where you's from, but it's already slipped my mind. I've already forgotten. Did some of y'all go to Pam's live stream after you left here? She tried to do it, but don't think she ever got it to going good.
Well, Dagobah tomato squash and cantaloupe is good. I do purple carrots in the spring and in the fall. Zucchini, yellow squash, tomatoes. Haven't had too much luck with cantaloupe. Glad you're
Lots of close calls with the tornadoes, all the heat and humidity. Hello, Pam Harmon. You hear these crackling? They're a whole lot drier than they was today.
Yeah. Evening, Pam. Yeah, I hear them more than you did this morning.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that makes it easier for them to crack or not.
I don't know. I kind of like them yellow holes,
Mm-hmm.
cracking them open. These others are just getting dry and brittly.
Well, that's good that you got the power.
Mimi says the power's back. Are you under a tornado warning right now, Mimi? She's in Rhode Island. Pay attention to the weather then, Mimi.
Well, Dagobah, you haven't been feeling well. You were in the hospital, so I think you're doing awesome and amazing to have the garden you have. And I think that marigolds and petunias are a good border because they help keep the bugs off. Some years you just got to do what you can do.
Yeah.
Denise, I think she's doing pinto beans tonight.
It's pintos tonight. Green beans are done. They're finished. Oh, there's Kathy and Francis both. Uh-oh.
I'm probably dark, but I'm in a hospital room, so
It
we're in
looks
another
like it.
hospital, y'all.
Which one? Back at the
We're in Rex Hospital in Raleigh now,
okay.
but they're gonna put a feeding PICC line in him tomorrow and try to get his strength back up.
Mhm.
So that's all I know to tell you. And I'm tired,
There you are.
but you gotta do what you gotta do. I'm gonna go home tomorrow for a little while and then come back because I haven't been home since we left the other hospital and came straight here. They suggested him coming here because of the bariatric doctors here. And this is
Yeah.
where he had his surgery. So we came back here. We've been in the ER all day. He just got in his room about 8 o'clock.
Mm.
And we've been all day long in the ER.
Mm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
You have a problem with your back anyway.
what? Do what, John?
I said, you have problems with your back anyway.
And I'm just gonna relax. I just wanted to come on here and let y'all know that he's at another hospital.
Have you
And
got
it
a
looks like they might be gonna take care of him.
pretty
Good.
good place to rest yourself, Francis?
I have a nice reclining chair and they gave me some pillows and blankets.
Good.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice recliner.
Good.
And I'm not used to laying down flat anyway, so sitting up is better for me.
You
Mm.
But
wouldn't
my
be,
back is killing me, my back and my hip. But I'm gonna take me some medicine here pretty soon to see if it won't calm down.
Mm-hmm.
So, we ain't got no lights on in here. That's why you can't see me.
it's okay. We can hear you good.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Praying for you, Francis, and for your husband. Hopefully they've
Can you
got
hear me all right?
and
Yeah,
they'll
we can hear you just fine.
get
How
him off
how
the-
many pinto beans have you shelled?
This is the second 5-gallon bucket that come in the house. Which
Wow.
when I get done with them, I don't have a 5, I've got about a gallon or so when I get done.
You can't use your pea
Yeah.
sheller for them?
No, it won't work.
Oh,
So I've got these thumbs.
yeah, you gotta have the manual, the thumbs.
Hello, Sandra's in the house. Have I missed anybody? Hello to anybody I might have missed.
So where has Sheila been all day?
She was here for a little while, and then there's some things she needed to go do, so she left us. Well, I thought she might come back tonight, and she still could.
Hey, Sandra. She's in the chat.
I don't have, it won't show me the chat. I'm on my phone, that's why.
Well, have you had anything to eat yourself, Francis?
Yeah, I had a little bit, but I got a hamburger over here and I don't know, I just not in the mood to eat it.
Yeah.
I'll have to eat a little bit of it if I take my medicine though. But yeah,
Yeah.
when I had to move from the ER to the main hospital parking lot, because if not, I'd have had to walk about a mile because this is a big hospital. I knew there was a fast food place down on the other road, so I went around there and just got me a glass of tea with no ice and a hamburger, and I just didn't want it right now. There's
There
Miss
she
Sheila.
Hello. I got
Hey.
your notification.
Huh?
I got Rita's notification, but I was talking to my niece, Christy. They're trying to get things done up, and Friday's her last day at work, and some of her family's going to be there. And then her husband's coming Thursday night for them to load stuff up Friday evening. So doing all that. And of course, I left some clothes there.
Oh, you did?
But I didn't even know it. They were in the dryer. I guess I didn't see them when I got everything out. And she said, "I'll put them in the mail tomorrow."
Mm.
That was nice of her.
How's John doing?
Hold on 1 minute. I'm gonna get y'all on my tablet because I can't see very good.
I'll let the ladies take over and I'll
We're in
see
another
you
hospital.
tomorrow.
Okay, bye, Joanna.
Bye.
Bye,
Good night,
Joanna.
Joanna.
Now, I'm gonna cut this one off.
So he's in another hospital?
Let me.
Yeah. She's at a hospital in Raleigh, I think she said.
Wonder
Are you
why.
ready?
Yeah, he's at Rex Hospital in Raleigh. We left Granville today, this morning, because there was nothing else they could do. And I told him I'm gonna take him to Rex where his bariatric doctor is. And well, they were gonna send him home, but then the doctor said, no, wait, let me call the surgeon and see what he says. And they told him to admit him, and tomorrow they're gonna put a PICC line in to feed him.
Uh-huh. Had they done some tests on him?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did
but,
you get any of the results of the test?
They didn't see no obstruction or nothing
Uh-huh.
in his stomach or his bowels or anything.
Yeah.
But he came here because his bariatric doctor's here, and his
Mhm.
bariatric doctor's the one that told him to admit him and to put the PICC line in tomorrow so they can feed him. Because
Uh-huh.
I told him he's just not ate enough in a month to keep a cricket alive.
Yeah.
And so that's what's going to happen. And even at Granville, they gave him barbecue and stuff like that, and real sausage. And knowing that he was, Afghan, they still sent him stuff like that. And the nurses said they didn't know why in the world. But this nurse he's got tonight, we know a lot of her kin people, and we didn't find it out till we started talking. And she took really good care of John today.
Yeah,
since
well,
he's
it
been up
looks
here.
like I was going to ask you, were you in his hospital room? Because that doesn't look like your home setting.
Yeah, I'm in a recliner and
So are
hospital
you going
bed.
home at night?
Well, I didn't tonight because he just, he just got in his room about 7:30 or so. No, it wasn't. It was longer than that. It was more like 8 o'clock. And I said, well, it's so late now and dark and all. I said, I'm not going home tonight. I'm not driving home.
Yeah.
So
I hope you get some rest tonight.
How far are you from the hospital, from that hospital? Pretty far?
about 50 miles.
Are you? So about an hour.
That's a pretty good drive, though.
Yeah, but hey, I'll go home tomorrow sometime and get a shower, put on some fresh clothes, and come back up here.
Yeah.
So come back up here before it gets dark anyway.
Yeah.
How far a drive is that from your house?
About 50, 60 minutes, about an hour, you might say, depending on the traffic. Yeah.
You gonna
That's
bring
good
some
little
clothes
drive.
with you tomorrow in case you
Do
end up
what?
staying?
I
you gonna bring
probably will.
some
Probably.
clothes? Yeah.
Yeah, probably so.
Have they been treating the C. diff?
Yeah. Yeah. He hasn't had a bout with it, except for this morning when he was in Granville. He had one upset stomach, but he hadn't had one since he's been here. But they don't let him wear a pull-up or nothing here. He has to be with nothing. And since his back end is so blistered and red from doing it, she sprayed him with some zinc and let it dry. And he said
That'd
it
be
felt
good.
better already.
Yeah, it will.
But I'm tired and I'm
Yeah.
do what? Yeah, he
said.
said thank y'all for all the prayers and everything.
Yes. We're thinking of you, John.
He just got to get better. Yes, he
Yeah.
still has C. diff. He will always have C. diff. Every time they test for it, it's going to test positive because it's colonized in his intestines. But there's a way that they can go around that. There's something that she was telling us that she said it sounds terrible, but take the stool and put it back into the intestines with some kind of tube. I don't know, but anyway, somehow they do it, and said that clears it up most of the time,
Mhm.
where you won't have it no more. But I
Yeah.
tell you, he needs something like that.
Yeah. So Rita, have you got a whole lot to do, or
They're not all picked yet.
oh, they're not?
That's
So he,
2 5-gallon buckets though that she's on her second 5-gallon bucket shelling.
Terry went and filled another 5-gallon bucket, so this is the second one today.
Whew. That's a
I
lot
know
of
your
And she
pinto
fingers
can
are
beans.
only
getting
do them
sore.
manual. She can't use her pea sheller with them.
Yeah, that's what she told me earlier when we were on.
But it gives me an excuse to sit here and talk to you guys, so it's okay.
Yep.
At least you're inside, out of the heat,
I
and
know. Yeah.
Yes, Lord.
you can get you something to drink and
Mhm.
just sit there and chill.
It took what 2 hours and 40 minutes to do them that first one today. Wonder how long
Yeah.
it took this
Hmm.
bucket.
Gosh, I bet your fingers are sore.
They're getting that way.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, her fingers are getting sore thumbs.
Does Terry ever
Mhm.
shell any?
Yeah, but he's not right now. But he picked them. He was out there in that heat picking them.
Yeah.
That's hard, and he took him a chair out there and just sat and pulled up the vines and put them in the bucket. So
Yeah.
Hmm.
he can't bend over. He can't pick up nothing off the floor or ground anymore with his hips the way they are.
But it's hip like it is, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I did some straightening up in my sewing room and got the vacuum out and cleaned up inside the closet on the floor in there. It's got carpet and it had threads just everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
So I got all that picked up. I
It
need
hadn't
to
been
get-
that long since I
I
cleaned
need to
mine
get
and
a
man,
few
it's all
more
dirty.
empty bolts. But I need to go to the next town over, which is only 10 miles. Because the quilter said one of my quilts is ready to pick up. So, and I got 2 more to take to her. But I need some more of those empty bolts to wrap some fabric around it. All the fabrics I got from you, Rita, last time,
Yeah.
especially that white.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Nathan went by the house this afternoon and put the 3 little chickens up that I got on the deck and that house thing on the deck. He went by and put them up for me.
yeah.
And then when I called him tonight, he says, I'll call you back. He said, I'm trying to get these chickens in the pen because they started letting them out of the pen and they go all in the front yard and all. I said, all you got to do is say, come on, girls. He said, that don't work for me.
Well, they don't
Yeah. They're
Are
like,
they
no.
laying yet?
Yeah, but they're some of them are breaking the eggs, he said.
Oh my goodness.
So I guess it'll take a while for them to get to where they don't do that.
Yeah.
Because where I was get 21, 24 eggs a day, Jenny said she might get 5 or 6.
Hmm.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. Well, when it gets hot like it is, they kindly stop.
Well, mine never do. Even in the wintertime, ours have never stopped laying. And,
Mhm.
I've heard that they have a time where they stop laying, but ours never did.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
I don't know if it was the way we were feeding them or whatever, but ours never stopped.
I went by Sam's this afternoon and I had to buy eggs. So I picked up some
Mhm.
brown eggs from there. Because I've been out for about 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Wow, that's a long time.
I know. So I just needed to go get some.
Well, I had fake eggs in mine too, and I told Nathan he needed to I had 4 fake eggs, and I told Nathan he needed to get them and put them in the nest. Huh? Well, Bernice said if you put the fake eggs in there, a lot of times it'll stop them from
Yeah.
breaking the eggs.
Oh, okay. That just answered my question I was fixing to ask.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
All
they
right.
he's given them calcium or egg or the oyster shells. He's given them those. We always gave ours those. You know, when we had them, we gave them oyster shells too.
Hmm.
I'm gonna tell you, some of mine laid more than any 3 years because I've had some of my hens. Well, Nathan's got them now, but I've had them for a long time, and they, huh?
Made big W.
Yeah, and a lot of mine too. There was a couple of hens down there that laid some of the biggest eggs, and a lot of time they were double yolk eggs. I mean, they were
Wow.
humongous.
Hmm.
And when they were that big, I always wanted to crack them to see if they were double yolks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh? Okay.
I wonder
She's
if
about to
anybody's
freeze to
ever got
death.
3 yolks in an egg.
I've never gotten 3. I
Mm-hmm.
never have. I've
I've
gotten an egg with another eggshell egg in it. Have you?
Yeah, I've
Rita?
done that
I've
before.
gotten that. That's not common, but up in those long
Mhm.
barns, those poultry houses we did, an egg inside of an egg, and both of them
Stretch
had,
your
Yeah.
arm out, John.
and it was huge too. Probably killed the chicken that laid that one.
Oh, I'm telling you now. I was like, God knows. Some of them eggs, how did them hens even lay it? I know they cackled hard
Ooh.
because I mean they were humongous.
Hmm.
Mm. Ain't no telling how long it took them to get them out.
I know. But have you ever noticed, Rita, when they first come out, they're real soft, and then the air makes them harden. Have you ever noticed it?
No, and I've been picking up eggs in them long barns and they fall out my hand, and it wasn't soft. So I've never seen that. I've never
You
seen.
hadn't? Yeah.
It'd be rubberized and then you get on.
Oh, Joanna said she's gotten some 3 yolkers. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I've never seen one, but
I'd like to see one myself.
What is
So would
Denise
I.
talking about?
You take pictures of this if you find.
Joanna had a neighbor dog get into her chickens and kill some of her chickens.
And about killed the whole flock.
Oh my gosh, that's awful.
oh goodness.
So that's what they're talking about over there in the chat. And Light. I don't know what that Jay Barnes was talking about.
If you kill your kid, that's what you said, that's you.
But I doubt very seriously if she wanted to kill their dog. But if they're in her pen, she can shoot the dog. But
You can shoot
if
it.
it's,
Yeah.
if it's not in the pen, she can't. That's what John was saying. But I
Yeah.
don't, I wouldn't have shot the dog out or tried to get the dog out of there.
Yeah, I would have too.
I just don't abuse on animals. I just don't.
Oh, is
Yeah.
that
Well,
what?
that's just natural for them to do that.
Yeah. But we got all of our dogs where a couple of them would chase the chickens, and Petey would chase them if they did. But Petey got to where he could be all around he could go in the chicken pen with us and everything and wouldn't bother them.
Yeah.
Busted down.
She's saying that the dog busted down the part of the back fence and got after him.
I wonder if he was a pit. 'Cause they're strong dogs.
Yeah.
What kind of dog was it, Joanna? Do you know?
That was probably some kind of a big dog to be able to
Yeah.
break the fence down.
That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking. That probably was a big dog if it broke part of a fence down.
which means fixing the fence too. Yeah, you got
Yeah,
more than one job head
Yeah.
on.
she should have called the law
Yeah, they ought to
right
be
when it
fixing
happened.
the
If
fence.
he was start going in his field, and he started chasing, all I did is stick my stick up and walk with my stick, and he leave him alone.
Yeah.
A pit or a
Oh,
Rottweiler
a pit
mix.
or a Rottweiler mix.
Fix.
Yeah. I don't like Rottweilers either.
And I get in trouble for saying that, but I'm not a fond of fit
I love
at all.
that.
Neither am I.
Yeah, dog
Not
again,
at
and if you
all.
put your hand in that nest where that hen's sitting, she gonna eat you up.
Yeah, I've seen too much
If there was one
damage
sitting on a
kids
nest, I
that
wouldn't
pit
touch it.
bulls
John
have
would have to
done,
do it.
you know,
Yeah.
and it's not pretty.
But you know, they say a rooster will chase you and stuff like that. But our rooster that we had, Ruru, he's never chased me or pecked at me or anything.
Has yours, Rita, your rooster ever chased you?
Not these down here at the chicken coop down here behind the house, but those in those long barns, they were mean. They were.
Well, one of them chased your dog all the time, didn't it? That red one.
Rooster. Him, that dog, and that rooster, they don't get along at all.
Does it still chase her?
From time to time, not all the time, but sometimes just the right time and the right place. They
Yeah.
run her back to the house.
I wouldn't kill him.
Yeah.
You ever?
Yeah, if John had too many roosters in the pen from eggs being set on, he would take them. Like if somebody wanted them, he'd take them and let them off on their land. They could have them. I think he took 8 off at one time to them.
Wow.
If the possums or the coyotes in the field, they have a long way. I didn't go them in there.
The Easter chicken thinks she's the rooster.
He probably won't respond. You'll probably have to get somebody involved.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's a shame.
Probably so.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they'll say, well, how do you know it was my dog and stuff like
Mhm.
that?
He's not going to take responsibility.
They should have took, well, if the girl, whoever was at home, if they'd have thought about it, they should have took pictures of the
Yeah.
dog out there.
Jay Mars saying hi, ladies.
Hello.
Hello.
Sarah
Hello.
just filled my Iceman machine. I did a lot today, and her knee's swollen. You better not overdo it, especially in all this heat.
Yeah.
Sarah.
That surprises me too, Dogger Ben, because usually if you got, they won't let you have a rooster in the city. You can have the hens, but you can't have the rooster. Too much noise.
Yeah, well, there's someone not too far from me that does have a rooster because my son used to hear it, but they had them for like so long that they were like grandfathered in.
Yeah, grandfathered in.
But he can't bring, like, say, another one there. Yes.
Right.
Yeah, but how would they know if he did or didn't?
Yeah.
Just asking.
But
Pretty
my
good
son did
question,
say
Rita.
He might just
That-
sneak in another one.
that he got
Yeah.
grandfathered in. That was the way that.
Died. How would
it
they
was
know which
allowed.
one it was?
But I never hear it. But my son used to hear it every morning.
Huh.
He said about 3:00. He said, I was ready to kill that rooster.
Oh yeah, ours down at the pen. Ruru would start crowing, and up at the house, Fluffy would start crowing. Then he would crow, then he would crow. You know, back and forth, like they were
Yeah.
a contest.
The neighbor across the street got a picture of him leaving our property and tried to save some of the hens. And from his last dog
Yeah.
post, have a history of chicken murder.
Hmm.
Well, maybe that picture might be proof, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And little Parker has Ruru the rooster. He was scared of the roosters, but then when Ruru got there, that's his chicken now. That's his rooster.
Is
They
it? Oh,
buddies. He's only 6 years old. He's a trip.
Oh.
but now Jada and them with her mom, because they're only a mile or two from me. Now she's got like 3 chickens, but they can't have a rooster there.
Yeah.
They have chickens but they have a fenced in, you know, backyard, and they have a chicken coop and all that.
When we were in Hawaii, Bernice said Key West had them all over. They had them in Hawaii all over too.
Yeah.
They just walk around everywhere.
Huh.
Just
I
free
don't know who they
reign.
belong to. Yeah, I think they were
Yeah.
free range.
Yeah.
I told my
You
sister,
got
I
your
said, "Hey,
arm
look
bent,
at the
John.
chicken."
He keeps bending his arm, making the machine beep.
Yeah.
His beeping will keep you awake tonight.
No, I don't have my night medicine with me tonight, so I don't know if I'll go to sleep or not.
Oh goodness.
Uh-oh.
But
I
you
mean, I'm
probably
tired.
you wouldn't be able to rest at home either. You probably not. You probably worry.
Yeah.
Well, did I go home last night, John?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, I went home last night, and I went home kind of early, and I took my medicine. Did I go on with y'all last night? I just went in the chat, didn't I? To tell
I
you.
think you
Yeah.
were just in the chat last night.
And that was
Mhm.
before y'all ever came on. And I typed up there, I'm home, I'm tired, I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And I took my night medicine early and I went to sleep.
Well, that's
The
probably
night
what you need.
before that, I didn't know. I took my night medicine. I think it was about 3 o'clock before I ever went to sleep.
Mm.
I have a lot of those nights like that, and it's aggravating.
Yeah.
Well, mine are getting fewer and fewer, so,
That's good.
but it's about time.
Yeah. Yep.
After 10 months, it's about time for it to settle down.
All right, y'all. I think I'm gonna get off of here and
All righty.
get up and fix John. He needs me to do something for him, and then I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna try to go to sleep, but I doubt it.
Yeah.
Take a light time.
Yeah.
Well, if you
John,
want
you
to,
got your arm bent.
No,
if we're still
I-
on here, come back on with us after you get done what you need to do.
Mhm.
You might need somebody to help you pass a little bit of time there in the hospital too.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
But maybe if you lay down, you can at least, get some rest.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, they fixed me up good with this recliner, and I got 3 pillows and 2 blankets, and
Wow.
Mm.
well, I got 1 pillow behind my back because my back's killing me, and then the other one behind my head. The other one, I got the
Mm.
tablet laying on.
Mhm.
Now, when I had my kidney surgery, my oldest daughter spent the night with me, but it was recliner, but you could pull it out
Hmm.
and it would lay flat and it'd be like a bed.
Mm.
Yeah, I think this one will lay down, but I can't stand to lay flat. It hurts my back too bad.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I slept in a recliner for about 7 years.
Oh my
Mhm.
goodness.
And then we got the bed where the two twin, it's a king size bed, but it's got the twin mattresses that
Mhm.
go up and
Yeah.
down, you know, your feet and your head. And
Mhm.
after we got them, I started sleeping in the bed and it was okay.
I could take just a short nap in my recliner, but there's no way I could sleep all night because I'm a side
Yeah.
sleeper.
See, I'm not. I'm a bad,
But
I
sleep on that
sleep
couch
just as
every night
still.
would be fine.
Because when I would go to my mama's before she passed, and I would always sleep in the bed with her, she says, I don't even know you're in the bed with me. She says, you never move. Because I'm a very still sleeper.
I mean, I'm a toss and turn sleeper,
Mm.
That's me too, Sheila.
one side to the other, one side to the other.
Mhm.
Hello to Daisy Mae. Daisy Mae's here with
We
us.
are playing.
Oh, did you? He looked out his window and saw an airplane going into Raleigh, Durham.
It's about level with the room. We're on the 7th floor.
Yeah, we're on the 7th floor, so we're high up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There comes with his box.
Jay Mary's come back to visit with us. I'm just on here all the time, Jay Mary.
Yeah.
Hi, J. Mary.
Hey, J. Mary.
Hello. Hey.
Well, he's texting. Let him see his light, all his light.
Well, if you go and look out the window, but you can't do that. You can't get up.
Well, okay. But I see.
Don't let him out of that bed.
Where am I? I'm in Rex Hospital in Raleigh, North Carolina.
She's in the hospital room with John. So they don't think you're in the hospital, Francis.
Oh, yeah. If I was there with her, I would be helping her.
Me too.
Yep, we both.
I think we all would.
Yeah.
We both would.
We could
Yeah, we
all
both
get in
would,
there
John
and
says.
get all that done in just a few minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't mind shelling beans or peas.
But when you have a big garden, that goes along with it.
I'm not
Yeah.
minding doing it. It's kind of work, but I ain't minding it. And y'all make
And, you
it more fun. So
Yeah.
fun.
He's got a very, very severe urinary tract infection because there's so much goop coming into the bag. I
Yeah.
mean, clumps of stuff. And I said, it looks awful.
Mm.
Last time I had one, mine was just pure blood.
Really? Mm.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if I've ever had a UTI,
Mm-hmm. I've
Oh,
had
which I
have.
probably have because I need to go I got blood work to do and a urine test to do for my urine. And I need to go do that, but I just haven't had the time
Mm-hmm.
because I have to go in the morning because it has to be fasting because he's going to do my cholesterol this time
Yeah.
too. But my cholesterol is always good. So,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have to do that next month. I do it every 6 months. No, every 4 months.
oh,
Mine's
that.
about every 3 or 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just whatever flies out of her mouth.
Yeah.
no, they haven't did that, Ramona. They did a contrast thing today. And I don't know if his bariatric doctors will want to order that or not, but if they do, that's what I'm hoping they do anyway, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Boy, I tell you, I can't drink that contrast stuff. Ugh.
Well, it wasn't the chalky stuff.
The secret to drinking any
He
kind
said it
of
was still bad, but
like
it had
or a
lemonade in
barium
it.
swallow, a upper GI with small bowel, any of that is to put powdered Kool-Aid in the barium mix. That's what we used to do for kids. Because if
Well-
we didn't, there's no way they'd drink it.
Yeah. They give me the clear bottle.
Mm-hmm.
You probably know what that is. That's what they
Sip.
give me. It's kind of fruity.
Yeah. But we would just buy a little can of like fruit flavored Kool-Aid, and we just put like a tablespoon or two in it and mix it up. It'd make it look pink color. So they drink it.
Tell
Well,
him
he's
it's a
got both
milkshake.
doggle being urinary and bowel.
Mm.
So he's
What'd you
got
say,
it.
Everybody
Kathy,
wants
what'd you
some of
say?
the southern fruit.
I said it would make him think it's a milkshake.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anybody wants some, I'll send them some of it.
No, they don't want none of it. You just keep it to yourself.
We don't want none.
No.
I don't want no more of it either.
No thanks, John. So,
Yeah,
I
no,
don't
that
want no more of
go
it either.
like
He
that.
don't want no more of it either.
But the pharmacist got smart and started offering it with different flavors for you.
Everybody ain't never smelt seed yet, they ain't never smelt nothing that stinks.
men have
Very coon don't stink that bad.
UTI more painful than women. Poor John. Francis, if you do deep breathing, it helps to relax and sleep better. That's what Pam Harmon says.
Tell them that for you.
What?
They ain't never smelt none of the stuff until they smell it
Oh,
bad.
God, I know.
Because
See,
a coon don't stink.
well, you know,
Coon don't
you used to
stink
work
like
in the
that.
hospital, Sheila, but C. diff, if you've never been around anybody that has it, oh my God, that's the most foul smelling stuff I
Yeah.
have ever smelled.
My daughter told me. She said it
A
was awful.
skunk smells worse than a skunk when you hit one on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah. We didn't
When
have to
she
deal with
was a
that very
floor
much
nurse.
with kids.
Yeah, and Jenny was a floor nurse. She said it was awful.
It's awful.
Now she don't do that anymore.
Are you at the bottom of the bucket yet, Rita?
They're dumped out here on the counter, so
Oh,
I dumped the bucket out and I'm putting the holes in the bucket. It's about half full. But I hadn't pressed it down yet.
Oh, Rita, I was talking to my niece Christy a while ago, and she was on YouTube the other day, and she said, "Well, I seen Rita on there, and she was like snapping beans." And I told her how many quarts, that you put up.
Now, yeah, snapping beans. Yep.
Yeah.
Now I'm shelling beans.
One time, her husband watches all these kind of motorcycle racing and dirt bike racing kind of shows on YouTube. And he told Christy, "Well, who is this Rita's Roost? Have you been watching? What is that?" And she started laughing and says, "Oh no, that's my Aunt Sheila." But we were on his account on the
God
TV.
The boots on the legs, the right one, they need that sore, really sore place on them, feel real good.
So she comes across you every once in a while.
yeah.
But she thinks it's really neat that we do this video chat stuff.
I think it is too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, for us to be all over the country and become friends.
I know, from all over.
Yeah.
And we just you just feel like so close, like your family almost. And
Oh, yeah.
not just you guys, the ones over in the chat. We know a lot about the ones over in the chat too. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
And we know some of their children and
Children,
like what they used to do when they worked and
yeah.
their hobbies. And
Huh?
So I call her Aunt anyway.
Oh, John said it's Aunt Rita.
Ain't Rita.
Aunt Rita.
Yeah, there's one that comes on here that calls me Ain't Rita.
Who is that?
R. Vandergrift. You've seen him. He'll come on here and say Aunt Rita, and y'all
Yeah, he calls her Aunt Rita all the time on here.
Okay.
have no idea. Only I answer back to him. So
All right.
And like Carol says, and when someone doesn't show up, we miss them.
we do. Yes,
That's true.
that's true. Yeah.
You want to wonder where they're at.
And then we'll all go to remembering what you said that they were going to be doing while they couldn't be with us or something.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Good night, Joanna.
Yeah, good night,
Good
Joanna.
night.
We'll
Good night,
talk.
Joanna.
We'll talk to you tomorrow. So. Probably anyway.
Well, is there going to be any more of the beans?
They're not all picked yet,
Oh, okay.
but we're going to get out there early in the morning and get a few more potatoes out of the ground.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And maybe not all of them, but
Yeah.
before it gets as hot, it'll still be hot and messy, but not as.
Yeah, the next 2 days it's gonna be like over 100. So
Mm. They
won't
said
take
on our
long.
weather it's going to be 98 and 99.
yeah.
Wow. Well, Carol, you're welcome to pop up here.
What, John?
Yeah.
The way I've got it set up, I can have 10 people up on the panel.
Yeah.
We just
Yeah,
get
we have
We
before.
can look like Hollywood squares on here.
Yeah,
We have had 10 before.
yeah, not very often. Y'all don't come up here with me. Not that many of you, but I can have 10.
Yeah. Oh, 70 would be wonderful weather.
Oh, wouldn't it be?
Wouldn't it
I
though?
can only dream of that.
Yeah.
Woo.
I think it's supposed to be over 100 here tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
But,
And when you
know,
walk
it's-
out the door, it
summertime,
takes your
you
breath.
know.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does.
Yeah. And so the humidity is what makes it bad.
Rita,
Yeah.
they're saying, are you putting up sweet corn?
I will. It's not ready yet, but it will be for too long. I don't see that comment, but I will be later on. Not giving me much of a break between different vegetables, though. June Taylor shape cutter.
Is the corn tousling?
Oh yeah, it's silk. We're waiting for the silks to get dry. Dry.
What is the June Taylor shape cutter?
Is that, J. Mary, is that like a corn cutter?
June Taylor's makes
It's a
stuff for
ruler.
rulers and stuff.
It's a
Yeah.
ruler, but I've got one that you cut strips with, but
I don't.
I don't know. I've never heard of that one.
Yeah, I'm
No.
gonna look it up real quick.
June Taylor shape cutter.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about corn and you know, we've talked about cutters.
Yeah.
I did find one on eBay, but Rita said she likes the best. So if I end up getting enough corn, I'm going to do some, cut some off the cob
Mm-hmm.
and use it and see how I like it. I've always just used a knife.
Yeah. And I've used a knife too. Sometimes your hand will get tired doing one way and you'll switch to something else. Just change it up a little bit.
I gotta take my earrings out.
The wooden and the metal. This is kind of a yellow hard plastic, the one that I like.
Yeah, that's the one that I ordered.
I got
I
from
have
them
a metal one. Mine is metal, Rita.
My mom
corn
had a
thing.
wooden one.
I got
Mhm.
a metal one too.
Had that
one
cutter,
Yeah.
there.
had the blade. And she liked it.
That's a ruler for sewing. That June Taylor shape cutter.
It's what now, Kathy?
It's a ruler for cutting for fabric.
But is it strips or is it?
It looks like it's one of those solid ones that has the strips in it where
Has
you
the
can cut it
slits.
so far
Uh-huh.
apart.
Oh,
That's
Yeah.
what
That
it
might
looks
be what
like.
I got then, because I got two different ones like that.
Well,
But
Rita's got
Mhm.
something similar to that.
yeah,
that
she
new one
ordered it.
that came just a few days ago. And I took that out of the package. I'm going to keep it for myself. And I used it. And one of those customers that came the other day, she wanted a yard of fabric, and she said, "Can you cut this into 2.5-inch strips?" So I said, "Well, let's see." So I went and got that thing, just whiz them strips for her real quick. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was kind
Okay.
of impressed with it. I said, "Let me try my new toy here," and I did.
Maybe you could look, J. Mary, maybe you could look on YouTube and find a tutorial about how to use it.
Yeah, probably so.
You know, well, I don't like my Martelli cutter. I finally got rid of it. I never could get used to using it.
That's the only thing I use.
I've got one.
Mine's an
I'm
Ultra
trying
one,
to get
the
used
best.
to it.
Yeah, matter of fact, I'm on my second one.
Are you? Mine are like OFA, and I've got two OFAs, and I got one that's a Quilter Select. Oh, and I
I
do
have
have,
a
I have a
Fisker,
Lori
two
Green now.
Fiskers, and then the Martelli.
I have a
Actually, I
Tula
have
Pink
three
too.
Fiskers.
I
One
like
of
the
them is
Tula
the big
Pink one.
one.
I like the Tula Pink one because it's very ergonomic on how you hold it.
Mm.
Uncle Ben's gonna go look in my old sewing drawer. And Pam's a Hoosier. Hoosier is that Indiana? Am I right on that?
I'm thinking so.
More trouble than it's worth.
Yeah, I just use my ruler, the 2.5, scoot it over 2.5 and just cut that way.
That's the
Yeah.
way I do it.
I got one of the rulers, but I do it the same way y'all do it.
The old fashioned
Mhm.
way.
The old version
Mhm.
of popcorn, very.
Can't teach us new tricks sometimes. Not
Don
not
said, "Do
Well,
you ever
now,
grow popcorn?"
I have before.
Have you?
It's been a few years ago.
I thought popcorn was just dried up corn. Will it
It's got,
not pop?
I don't know. It needs to be popcorn probably to
Yeah.
pop
That's been popcorn,
up.
that's the pop.
I think it's a
Okay.
Regular popcorn.
certain brand of popcorn,
Really more pop.
not just any popcorn, not any corn.
They're not even
Okay.
pop, it's gonna be popcorn.
I
Any
love popcorn, but I
any
keep
corn
forgetting to make it.
We make
That's how they found John's cancer. He went to the doctor because he was getting blood in the stool, and I told him, "You're going." So we went, and they told him that the husk from the popcorn was cutting the tumor,
Huh.
and that's how we found out he had cancer.
Wow.
The husk was cutting the tumor.
Well, we used to grow like
Mm-hmm.
regular sweet corn, but we never had any popcorn
Mm-hmm.
that we would grow.
We always grew field corn.
Ours was always, I don't know the brand, we just called it sweet corn.
And there's
Yeah.
one you can get,
So-
ambrosia.
And it was like real sweet,
Ambrosia is the yellow and the white mix.
Now that's what I like.
Yeah, now that's what I got because this farmer's market is just like huge, and you just go from one farmer to the next, to the next, to the next. And I always go to this one that I really like, and they really have the most. And they had a sample there, and I kind of stuck my finger in it, to test it. But it was like yellow and white corn.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is going to be good.
Mm-hmm. I love that kind.
I can't fix corn on the cob anymore. Johnny got no top teeth yet.
Yeah.
Oh me.
Uh,
Well, he can eat it. He just has to get it off the cob.
Yeah, I used to have to do that for Beverly when I'd cook corn on the cob. I took my
yeah,
thing and cut it. No, your daddy ate corn on the cob with no teeth. He could eat an apple with no teeth. That's just
Oh
how
my
strong
goodness.
his gums were.
Wow. And I didn't know corn nuts was even the thing you could grow, J. Mary. I didn't know
Me
that. Y'all
either.
know you grow corn nuts?
Corn nuts.
I didn't know that. Peaches and
I
cream.
didn't know about corn nuts,
Yeah.
peaches and cream.
We
It's
we
also called ambrosia.
we grow candy corn. I love candy corn.
Yeah, no, I've heard of that.
And I think the other one out there, we run out of candy corn seeds. So some of the roads have bodacious, I think it's called. They're both sweet corns.
I don't know what they grow in here. I mean, I just hear the term sweet corn, is what they say. But I don't know the brand of it.
Good night, Dee.
We like to take that yellow and white mixed and cook it on the grill.
Mhm.
It's so good.
Jason used to have me get a 13 by 9-inch pan, lay the whole cobs in there, and fill it up with water and turn a plate upside down so they wouldn't float up. He said about 30 minutes to an hour. Then take them out of that and kind of pat them dry, and he'd put the whole thing on the grill.
Okay, I've never done that. Soak
And
them
it was
first.
so good. Oh my gosh, it was so
Have
good.
you ever put milk in your corn when you're boiling it?
Mm-hmm.
No,
Oh, that is good. That makes a
no, they
good.
did that when I went on a cruise one time. They had cooked it with milk.
That's the way I cook mine all the time whenever I boil it in the house with milk
But
and
now when
butter.
you do it on the grill, like I said, the outside of the leaves are going to be kind of black. But as soon as you can cool it and you pull them back, and all that corn's so good.
Mm.
Well, when I freeze my corn, all we do is cut the two ends off of it and stick it in the freezer bag and freeze it. And
I
it
don't
even
tastes,
do
when you
that.
get
I
it
just
out,
wrap
it
it
tastes
up in a
just
bag
like
and
it's
throw it in the
just come out of the
freezer.
garden.
Just
You
the whole
husk it.
thing.
Well, I do it while it's frozen because it's so much easier to clean. And it tastes just as fresh as it could just come out of the garden.
Yeah.
I don't parboil it and do this and do that. Somebody told me that a long time ago, and that's the way I've been putting mine up ever since. And it's
Yeah.
because that's about the only thing I put up anyway, is because the neighbors usually will bring us corn.
Mm-hmm. We love fried corn.
Mm-hmm.
As they old timey folks called it, fried corn cooked in a pan.
Mhm.
I like that with a fresh sliced tomato and some green beans.
Mm-hmm.
That
Fresh
sounds
green
good.
beans. Oh, it's so good. I
I've
don't even
got to
care if
where
I have any meat.
I've got to where when I cook cream style corn, I'll open up like the littlest can there is of like they're green, some type of green peppers. They sell it like in the Mexican section,
Mm-hmm.
and I put that in there, and it gives it such a good flavor.
See, I can't eat that because it's got that in there. Those peppers.
Yeah, but I'll do like the smallest can they make for
Mm-hmm.
like a whole pan full of it.
Jalapeno peppers, what Dogger Ben said. That's what you little.
No,
little
no, it's not jalapeno peppers.
Are they just chilies?
Yes, uh-huh.
The green
Chilies.
chilies in the
But they're all
can.
Yeah.
they're cut up like real fine.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Probably green chilies.
But they sell it like in the Mexican aisle, the grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you put in your corn.
Uh-huh.
Now
Uh-huh.
those are not I can eat those because I
Yeah,
put it
they
in my
have such good flavor.
chicken
to them.
chili.
They are good.
Yeah, I do too. I made a big old pot of white chicken chili last week, but we ate most of it. I still got some in the refrigerator I've got to get rid of because I've not been home to.
Yeah.
Eat it.
Well, I've got one serving I put in the freezer tonight of my broccoli, chicken, and cheese casserole because I've eaten on it for 3 days. I'm tired of it.
That
Yeah.
sounds so good. That sounds so good.
Right.
And I
Broccoli,
use
chicken, and
jasmine
cheese.
rice in it.
Yeah, that would be good, I think.
And Carol Seymour says that's called crispy corn.
Isn't
Sheila, that's what she calls a crispy corn.
No, okay.
You can get the mild chili
yeah.
pepper.
Oh yeah.
Those,
All I buy is mild. I'll be right
yeah,
back.
me too.
She gonna
And
show us?
something I love, and I don't know how to cook it. I had never cooked it, but I love some tomato pudding.
Really? Never had that. Never heard of it.
You never heard of tomato pudding?
Huh?
No.
It's so good.
I've heard of tomato gravy.
I've heard of
But
tomato
not-
gravy too, and chocolate
not-
gravy, but
Yeah. I've been wanting chocolate gravy, but I've never made it. Because I'm a chocolate fiend, so anything chocolate, I want it.
yeah.
Here's a little can of it. It's this one, but I've done off brand. This one's Old El Paso though.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I use too.
Green chili. Uh-huh.
That.
Yeah.
I've never made a tomato
green
pie,
chili.
Carol.
Everything is right
I
the
haven't
opposite
either.
on here. There you go.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of us never heard of tomato pudding.
No.
It don't sound very good to me. So.
Well, you
All
mix
right.
bread in it, and you mix sugar. I mean, I know that much, and I used to go to this little restaurant that had it all the time, and I would eat it. And the first time I ever had it was when I went to with Johnny to Pennsylvania, and we went to a restaurant, me, him, and Corey, and they had tomato pudding, and I said, "Well, I'm gonna try it." And oh my God, I could have ate the whole pot if they'd have brought it to me. It was good.
And yeah, Pam, there's a Crater of Diamonds in Arkansas. Not
Yes,
near
there's a
me.
place in Oklahoma too that you can go dig for them.
For diamonds?
Yep, and if you find any of them, you can get to keep them. Yeah, Carol
Okay,
Seymour.
here's a recipe for
I just
tomato
added to the
pudding.
corn.
You add it to the cream corn, right?
Yeah, cream corn.
Wonder what Rita does with her calf. If she does calf.
Okay, Francis,
Rita
I
still got
found
her
the
calf.
I
recipe.
said, but does she cook and eat the delivery after she gets rid of it? She gives it.
I don't know. What does it say, Kathy?
It says 6 cups of white bread,
Yeah.
cut in 1-inch slices or pieces. Half a cup of butter melted, 1 cup of tomato puree, 1 cup brown sugar, 1/4 a cup of fresh squeezed orange juice.
Now that's not
Fourth
how
of
that's not how it was made when I.
Yeah, and then 1/4 a teaspoon of ginger, and then 1/4 a cup boiling water, and then salt, and then
There's
bake
probably
it in
a
the
lot
oven.
of different ones.
Yeah,
Yeah, let me
a lot of
see.
different versions.
That one says that was the easy one. Let's see, old fashioned.
You know, somebody hadn't been up lately is Yellow Shirt Man.
Rita,
I know.
Custom printing asking you a question.
I'm good, Wayne. How are you this evening? I'm shelling beans. My second 5-gallon bucket today.
Bernice that it was called Amish banana pudding, and she's on YouTube. It's called the Zimmermans. I think Homesteading with the Zimmermans is the actual name of her channel. And I just
Francis,
downloaded her
now this
recipe.
one's got 1 12-ounce can of tomato paste, 1.5 cup light brown sugar, 1/3 cup of water. It's got salt, melted butter, and then breadcrumbs. Does that sound more like it?
No, the bread it's bread. It's not breadcrumbs, the one that I had.
Okay.
And it was chunks
Well,
of
bread-
tomato.
Mm.
Bread cubes is what I meant to say.
J. Mary says
Oh.
there's an English tomato pudding.
Did you say the
English
tomato
tomato?
chunky?
Let's see if I can find an English one on here.
It says English tomato pudding.
Y'all over in chat, you ever heard of tomato pudding? J. Mary has, but
I've heard of chocolate pudding,
Yeah.
lemon pudding, and
banana pudding, yeah. I'd go for
Banana
some
pudding.
banana pudding right now.
What,
vanilla pudding.
John?
She started giving her the ladies here. That's what she got to do. She first one, she read it earlier.
I don't think your tomatoes have come in yet, have they, Rita?
We got about a half dozen the other day, but we've ate them all. Need to go check and see if there's some more of them.
Tomato, putting tomato salad, good too, Lord.
He
I
said
can't
that tomato
find
sandwich was
English.
good too, wasn't it?
I had
Yeah.
the best BLT yesterday with a real good tomato sliced up in it. It was so good.
Yeah. That's what we had
Mm.
Friday night, I think, for supper. Or last night, I think.
I think I've got 3 more tomatoes in there. About 4 of them.
Okay, this one says tomato pudding recipe from Old Fashioned. Let's see what this one
But
says.
they were like $4 a pound.
Hmm.
I hate commercials.
Thank you, Ashley.
I know it. I'm so glad when they quit and I can go to actual watch it. You know, what I'm
Yes.
wanting to see. And then I did look it up. There's a thing you can pay, was it $30 a year, something like that, to not
There
have
is one
ad.
that you can pay.
And I'm like,
yeah.
no,
No,
doing that. Sometimes I'll even
Let's
just
see if
mute
I
the
can-
commercial so I don't have to listen to it.
Mhm. And you want that few seconds to be up so you can skip, at least hit the skip button.
I can't wait to hit that skip.
Uh-huh.
I had a few that they were like almost a minute long.
Hmm.
That's the same recipe.
I didn't know there was brown sugar in it though.
Yeah, that's what
Now
it
we used to raise Better Boy and Big Boy tomatoes. Is what
That's
we
what we always planted when we planted them.
Yeah. Because Doggleben said, I got yellow Mennonite tomatoes and also Big Boy tomatoes.
we planted Mennonite last year, and it's mushy. No, not mushy. It's a one that doesn't have a lot of the juiciness of it. What's it called? What was it like, Larry? The
Ramon
Mennonite?
said, look up shaker tomato pudding.
Roma tomatoes
Okay.
for the paste.
No, they didn't have the gel stuff, and they wasn't juicy. They were mushy like. I didn't
Oh,
like them.
no, I wouldn't like that.
Grainy like. I can't stand
Yeah.
a tomato that's grainy.
No, I want a good juicy tomato. When
Yeah.
I eat a tomato sandwich, I want the juice running down my face with the mayonnaise on it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Mennonite. That one's Mennonite last year. It was great big one.
Yeah.
We didn't like it.
I don't
Matter
know
of
what
fact,
Brave Browser is.
It's free and no ads on YouTube is what she says.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know.
Hmm.
Now, what did you say to look up? What was it,
Shaker,
Francis?
shaker tomato pudding. That's what Ramona said.
Hmm.
Okay. Just don't sound advertising to me. Shaker.
No,
Shaker tomato pudding recipe.
I just want
Let's
my
see.
homemade chocolate pudding. That's all I want.
It says AKA pie. Now it's a tomato pie is what this one is.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Rita, are you getting sunburned any? Being outside so much?
I've been in the house doing inside stuff. Terry's the one that goes out and comes
Yeah.
back in and his shirt just sopping wet with sweat.
Mm.
Oh, them hit the floor. I could probably
Now
sweep
that Shaker Town, that may have been the place that my mom and I went, and it was like a Shaker community, and we got to see these different buildings they used to live in. I think it was over in Ohio, either there or Kentucky.
We seen some Amish houses in Pennsylvania.
Did you?
We toured in one or
These were
one
like
or two.
2-story, but they were all like concrete blocks type on the outside. But it was like,
Well, y'all, I'm gonna get off of here because I'm tired, and I will talk to
alrighty,
y'all next time.
all right.
All
Good
righty.
night.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
We'll
Love
be
you guys.
thinking about you. All right.
But
Bye
these
bye.
have, it was called
Bye-bye.
Shaker Village, is where we were. Let me look that up, see where it's
That
at.
was in Ohio.
I'm thinking it might be in Kentucky.
Oh, okay.
Let me look
We
it up.
went to Ohio one time and went around the Amish, and we ended up staying in a Mennonite cabin that they had.
Uh-huh.
We were so bored because they didn't have a TV. And Jenny, she was with us and she was bored stiff. We all
Oh,
just
my
sat there and
goodness.
looked at each other. When you're used to watching TV at night,
Mhm.
we were
It's in
all
Kentucky, Pleasant Hill, Kentucky is where we
Okay.
were.
But it was neat. We went in a 2-story flea market, huge thing that where they made stuff and was selling it. It was really
Yeah.
neat. Big, huge thing. Do you remember that, Larry?
Yeah.
What part of it do you remember of Ohio it was? I don't know.
That's been a while back.
It's been a long time ago. It's been over 20 years ago.
This is what the building would look like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's block.
Uh-huh. That
Okay.
kind of stuff. And then they had one building you could go in. This lady was dressed up like the clothing they would wear, and they had all this stuff around and an old pot like she was stirring something, and the old fireplace. And it had a little rocker like for a baby there, and like a regular rocking chair. And it was really interesting.
I like places like that. They're called living museums when you go in those things
Yeah.
like that.
But they
He's-
say that
Uncle
there's no more Shakers anymore. It's like
Oh,
just
okay.
wet.
Um, Dollar Ben, he said he didn't remember what town, and I don't remember it either. That's been years ago. But I would like
Yeah,
to go
Dr.
back.
Ben Shaker community just died out. Rita, are you having fun?
Well, I'm about to get tired of this, and it's almost 10, so I'm not gonna finish tonight. I'll just put it that way.
Yeah. What you don't get one day,
Yeah.
you do the next. You
Yeah.
know.
They're spread out here, and I'll work on them again tomorrow.
Yeah.
I've done pretty good today.
Yeah, Shannon, I've been to Millersburg twice. But I just decided that's too far for me to drive anymore. I was tired of driving.
Yeah, you was up there just a few weeks ago, and
No, it's back in April.
was it April? Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
May, June, almost 3 months ago, almost.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay, Sharon Birch, however you say her name,
Uh-huh.
said that they had a 2-story flea market. We went in a 2-story flea market, Millersburg, Ohio. That sounds familiar.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we went in
That was
one.
probably it.
Yeah, good night.
The name was like SHEIYAH, something like that.
Yeah, that's where you lost your phone at.
Oh no, that was in a
Oh, that was a different one.
grocery store
Okay.
that happened. Oh my gosh.
Did they call you? Well, they couldn't have called you on it.
No, what? Because I had my iPad and we knew it was there on that Find My Phone app. And finally, the manager there, after about an hour of everybody looking and going outside and everywhere, he went in. But it's this little room that you pick up your shopping cart, but they were on both sides. And he was on one side and he called it. And then something flashed out of the corner of his eye because it just went to voicemail. And he turned around and it was laying right there where I left it in the cart.
It's Troy Sutton's first time here.
And I was so glad to find it. Oh my gosh.
Troy,
I
this
know
guy's
that's right.
keeping me
Because it had my GPS.
company.
Well, that's not as bad as dropping it in the porta potty like I did.
No,
We've heard that story from you. Yeah. That's a mess. That's a mess.
That was
Were you
pretty
able to
bad.
try it out or did you have to get a new one?
We had to get a new one. I wasn't about to reach in there and poop and get that out.
Well, I know someone that dropped theirs like in a clean toilet and they
Yeah.
reached in and got it and dried it up and they put it in a bag with a bunch of rice and
Uh-huh.
it dried it out and it was able to work.
Yeah, now my daughter did that. We
Yeah.
were in a store and she had it in her pocket and
Weren't you
dropped
like
hers
in
in
a,
there.
what do you call those things?
Yeah.
It's like an outhouse thing. But the newer
yeah, it
ones.
was a porta pot.
Yeah.
Porta pot.
Uh,
That was at the craft show that
yeah.
where I did my
Like they have the
shows.
craft festivals and stuff like that.
Yeah. That's where it was.
Yeah. It'd be there too.
And had it been clean where nobody had done their poop in it, I might
Yeah.
would have reached in there and got it.
Yeah.
But it was floating on the water,
Oh,
so
yeah,
no, I
Oh.
wasn't about to.
Mm-mm.
It got up to 102 today here.
Mm.
It's 88 right now. At 10
Yeah, it was
o'clock.
pretty hot when I looked a while ago on my phone still here.
Yeah.
A crab festival. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah. I
let's
really
see,
don't
what-
like using them unless there's no other choice, you know.
Mhm.
That's right. That's the way I do.
I might be going to the War Eagle Arts and Craft in October. I got to look at the date up. My daughter always likes us to go to that.
Mhm. Hello to Irene.
Well, they have a real one there because it's a big park and it has a BMX park where the kids go and roller whatever they call it,
Hmm.
and it has a bike thing there, and but it's a long way from our site where we are. So
Yeah.
I only walk down there every once in a while. And I said, "Well, I just had to pee, so I said I'm just gonna go over here."
Yeah.
And it was a mistake.
Bad choice.
Yeah. But now, since then, I have found they're putting in a handicap one, and I have found that not a lot of people use it. And that's where
Yeah.
I've been going, is in the handicap one.
Yeah. I've never seen one for a handicap. Dogwood Bend, Aunt
Dogwood,
Kathy, are you far from Atlanta?
yeah, I'm, how far from Atlanta? About 20 minutes? Somebody asked how far are we from Atlanta. About 20 minutes?
About 30 minutes from Atlanta, about 20 minutes.
We're 30 minutes from Atlanta and
Are you?
about 15, 20 minutes from the Atlanta airport, south of the airport.
Yeah. Do you hear a lot of airplanes?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yep. They go over us every night.
being that close.
Yep. They're not real loud, but we hear them pretty good.
It
Used
was on
to when
Facebook
we-
the other day. It was somewhere around Oklahoma City. I think there was a Southwestern airline, like a huge plane that had dropped too close in feet to the city,
Mm.
and some alarm was like going off, indicating that they were like too close to the ground.
Wow.
Huh.
Yeah. And they were going to investigate why that happened.
Yeah.
I keep saying I'm going to stop, and after one more.
They're
one
saying you look tired, Rita.
Yeah.
I am tired. I am. I ain't staying.
I thought Carrie looked tired today.
Know what? Yeah, Carrie. Yeah.
I thought she looked tired, but it may be because she's just hot, you know.
Yeah, that's
That
what I
can drain
asked
you.
her. Yeah, I
That
asked
can
her
drain
earlier when I was talking on chat at Rita's other one, because Larry was watching the race, so I couldn't come up. And I asked her, was she hot? And I think she said yes.
Yeah.
But her computer, when she first talks, you can't always hear what she's saying. Then after a minute, then you can.
Yeah.
That's the way it does when I hear it.
Hmm. I haven't really paid attention
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes I have to really listen close.
But the last few days, she just looked tired to me. Her eyes
Yeah.
circles around them.
And probably not sleeping well as hot as it is. Now, one
Yeah.
time in my little house in the city, and I was working, you know, you couldn't take off work because you didn't have air conditioning.
Mm-hmm.
I put a kitchen chair by my bed and I put a box fan right there so it would blow on me. And that's how I made it sleeping through the night because, you know, it's hot in July. But I'm telling you, the next day my sinuses were killing me,
I bet.
having all that wind blowing on me. foot. That's the way I stayed cool, you know.
Yeah.
But it's never failed. Anytime I've had air conditioning problems, it's always been the month of July. Every time.
Yeah. Jay
We
Mary, he was here before. He's been
when
on my channel before.
when we first built this house, we had a window unit in the dining room,
Yeah.
and we also have a attic fan.
Yeah.
And the kids at night wanted us to turn the air conditioner off and turn the attic fan on because they said it was a lot cooler
Yes.
on them. They'd open their windows and it'd just pull in all kind of air.
Well, when I was like a teenager, we had one in the den, and I had a little bitty one in my room, but it was a window unit one. And then my mom and dad had like a big air conditioner, like you'd have like in a living room or something, in their bedroom. Because my dad
Wow.
wanted it like really cold because he was very hot natured, and my mom would be wearing winter pajamas to bed in the summertime because she would be freezing. And then about halfway during the night, they'd have to get up and turn it off because it had froze up.
Oh my.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that.
Yeah.
But that house isn't there anymore because it wasn't all that far from the airport, and the airport took all that property over.
Yeah, the airport took over
Bulldozed the
a
house.
lot of places around it here where
Yeah.
they built new runways, and there's a
Yeah.
runway here that goes over the interstate.
Yeah.
When we go to up towards Atlanta, you'll go up under the runway.
Yeah. Yeah, Memphis has a huge airport.
Mm-hmm.
It's real big.
Well, I've heard that Atlanta's one of the busiest ones there is.
Yeah,
Isn't
I
that
believe it.
what they say? Yeah. And it's got all kind of trains underground, and
Mm-hmm.
fortunately, every time I've flown, I haven't had to go on the trains. I've been able to go just right there
Yeah.
when you
Well, I
first
remember
go in.
when we took a cruise to Alaska, like coming back, we left Seattle, but we were inside the airport, but then we had to go down to this certain place, and these big doors would open up, and here would come all these different, I guess it was like a tram, but it was an automated thing, and you just hopped on there. And
Yeah,
you just kind of,
that's the way it is in Atlanta.
and you just held on, and then it took you,
Yeah.
seemed like we were on that thing forever before we actually got to the plane.
hmm That's the way Atlanta's is, and
But
they're
it was
called
all automated. There
concourses.
wasn't no person there.
I'd be
Yeah.
so confused if I traveled. I could,
Oh, I'm telling you. When Larry had his stint, when he was working, he was in Baltimore, Maryland, and it was kind of funny because he called me. We had a pecan tree at school, and I used to, every afternoon in the fall, I'd go pick up pecans when I got off because I had to wait an hour before I went and got Jenny. So anyway, he called me and he said, don't worry, but I'm okay, and went through all this stuff. And he told me he was in the hospital in Baltimore, Maryland. And because my son-in-law works for Delta and they can fly for free,
Yeah.
I called my daughter and I said, okay, before I buy a ticket and I fly up there, I want you and Ryan to go get on a plane and go to Baltimore and see what's going on with your daddy. And she did. And when she got up there, she called and told me they were going to do a stent.
Yeah.
And it was so funny, though, before she told me they were going to do the stent, that her and him, they had not ate. They left the hospital and they went to Dunkin' Donuts, I think, to get them a couple donuts. And they were sitting there eating them. And Wendy said, Mama, we was waiting on the doctor, but Ryan was hungry, so we left. And I said, Wendy, get back to the hospital. I said, your daddy's not going to tell you a thing if that doctor comes in. He's going to lie to you. And my son-in-law said, but I'm eating my donut. And I said, take it with him.
Yeah, take it with him. Huh?
Uh-huh.
Just go in there
And
and
they
go right back, you know?
Yeah. And I said, get over there. And so me and Jenny flew up there the next day. Oh,
We hear you, but don't see you.
there I am.
Okay.
That it lost the camera. But
Hmm.
we flew over there up there the next day, and I went in the airport, and every time I had flown, I was either with Larry or Wendy and them. I didn't know how to go get my ticket or nothing. And my son-in-law told me, he said, just when you go in, go over to a Delta desk
Yeah.
and
Just
explain
ask.
to the
Yeah.
just explain to the lady you're not familiar with flying and you have a family emergency, and tell her where you're going and she'll fix it for you.
Yeah.
And she did.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Anytime I've had to go and ask and this and that, where's gate so and so, and they just tell me, and it's not really it looks big and massive, but there's plenty of people there to help you, and
Yeah,
it's not.
they were
all that
really,
bad.
really nice. And we got up there, and Wendy and Jenny, Ryan flew home. He had to go back to work the next day. And it was so funny. We pulled up in the plane at the, what do you call those things? The inner tarmacs.
Yeah.
And we was on this special plane called the Song Plane. Now, this has been a long time ago. And it was painted bright green. And it had song wrote on the side of it. It's a real fancy plane. And when we landed, Wendy called me on my phone and said, Mama, Ryan is waiting to get on that plane. You'll see him. Said he's fixing to fly back on that plane to go home.
Yeah.
We passed in between.
I might.
He was so excited to get on that plane, though, because it was fancy. And it had all kind of things and all for you to do on the back of the seat.
Wonder why it was that way.
I have no idea.
Because all the ones I've ever been on, they're just about all the same, you know.
Yeah. And they would just say Delta on them. But this one, it was green, bright green, and it said song on the side. And evidently he knew what it was because he had, Wendy told me that
maybe it was used for, special things or something,
It must have been. But Wendy said, Mama, Ryan said you're on the song plane. I said, yeah, we were.
Was anybody singing?
No, nobody's singing. Me and Jenny was playing games, and then after we took off because we both wanted a window seat, and the plane was half empty.
Yeah.
And she got on one
I
side of the
into
plane, and I got
September,
on the other.
We fly from here to LaGuardia, which is in I think New York City, which I'm sure that's going to be a lot of fun. But then we change planes from there to Boston, which is a real short trip. It's only 200 miles.
Yeah. Oh my
there.
goodness.
But I'm going to be with so many people that are going on the same plane. you know?
Yeah.
I think there's like 30 of us from her church that are going. Because I seen a list in an email the other day.
Hello, Linda Denton. I'm just now seeing your name tonight.
Kentucky's by Bowling Green where I live. But
Now, my son, he is a gambler. He gets in, what are they? What kind of tournaments? Poker tournaments all the time. And he's went to so many that this casino from Vegas flew him and his wife out there for free on a plane. And they just got back probably just a couple weeks ago from going out there. And I said, well, son, did you win anything? He said, no. He didn't
Well, I
win
didn't win
nothing.
anything Friday night playing bingo either.
Now I'll play bingo, but I won't do all that other gambling stuff.
Well, some of my Baptist friends that I see on our Wednesday lunch every week, they won't go to play bingo because they say that's gambling.
Oh, baloney. I play bingo.
I
It's
just look at
fun,
it
and
as a night of entertainment, and that's it.
Yeah.
If I win some, okay. If I don't, the money goes toward the Piedmont Veterans Center. You know.
Yeah. And Sheila, we're Baptist. So I play bingo. Oh, me.
Yeah. Yeah. This one girl says, "Oh no, I couldn't do that. That's gambling."
Oh, goodness.
I'm like, okay, bye. You know. See ya.
Wayne to leave, girls. I'm leaving you.
Okay.
She's done. She says, I am done for tonight.
I'm done. I've had enough for today.
Yes.
Well, good. You're probably tired and ready to rest.
I'm tired. I've just been sitting here, but I'm tired. My back's getting a crick in it, so I'm ready to call it a day.
Yeah, I need to go to bed.
Get ready for bed here in just a little bit.
Yeah.
But y'all helped me that many this time, so.
Yeah, Doggle Bend, it's a whole lot bigger now than it used to be, the airport. And I do know where Canton and Alpharetta are. Been there, done that. Been there a lot of times. Canton and Alpharetta.
All right. Good night, Sheila. Good night, Kathy. Good night to you guys over in chat, and we'll probably
Good
see
night,
you.
everyone. Bye-bye.
Good
See you
night.
tomorrow.
Okay.
While you're shelling beans.
I'm shelling beans.